How's it going, guys? I am your local hopeless historian, and today we are going to be reacting to some history-based TikToks that my brother sent me. If you want, feel free to send me some, tag me in them, be great. I'll be reacting to some more, hopefully.
I've decided I'm going to commit war crimes the likes of which the world has never seen before. Hey, no, don't do that. Don't commit war crimes. Stop it. Don't. What? War crimes? What? I would never. Me? What I meant to say was... What the fuck was that? I'm just so polite, bro. What? Wait, don't change the subject. I just saw you commit. Hey, look at this cat. Isn't that sick?
Oh god.
Okay, that is a pretty sick cat. Just wait till you find out about hentai.
Okay, that one was pretty good. Oh my... Man, it's so terrifying that is actually how a lot of people treat Japan when it comes to World War II and their crimes against humanity and war crimes.
When discussing war crimes during the Second World War, most people would say it was the Germans who committed the most, or the Soviets. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't commit war crimes. Oh boy, they committed a lot. But I gotta say, I think the Empire of Japan committed the most war crimes. Trigger warning.
I don't know about number. I really haven't looked into the numbers of war crime.
Their empire. They invaded China July 7th, 1937. However, during the invasion, they took unnecessary measures to be as cruel as possible.
I mean, 1931 was kind of the deal. Started the 14-year war, but okay.
If that's not your stuff, then you might want to stop watching this video. Warning, I'm going to be using took unnecessary measures to be as cruel as possible. Another trigger warning, I'm going to be using some really sensitive and heavy language here, so if that's not your stuff, then you might want to stop watching this video. Japanese soldiers would go into villages and commit mass rapes. Some of the victims were as young as 8 years old.
Yeah.
And this was no small or just occasional shit either. It's estimated that around 80,000 girls and women fell victim to the Japanese. Before the Japanese invaded, the Chinese were having a...
Wait a minute. When is he saying that this happened relative to the comfort women system? Because depending on what he's talking about, it is at very minimum about 80,000 women are subjected to the comfort women system. So is he just talking pre-Nanking or what?
A war against communist rebels, which led them into a really weakened state. They did not react well to the Japanese invasion. In order to repel the Japanese invasion, the Chinese military began forcibly conscripting men to fight. It didn't really turn out well. Oh, and side note, this isn't a Chinese cap, it's a Finnish one. Because of their unpreparedness, China suffered almost 4 million military casualties.
Yeah, trained soldiers versus civilian.
Casualties either. Follow for part 2.
Okay, yeah, it has at its core a lot of actual facts. Yes, there were a lot of civilian deaths caused by the Japanese during the Second World War, or at least the 14-year war that started in 1931. But no, there were a lot more subjects to sexual slavery, human trafficking, and all that with the military comfort system. And there was a wider amount of rapes among smaller villages and stuff that were occupied by Japan prior to Nanking. And then their solution to the Nanking massacre was to essentially commit a crime against humanity.
The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were terrible events, left behind haunting reminders, one of which being the shadows. This photo displays the shadow of a person who was on this set of steps when one of the atomic bombs was detonated. The bright blast from the bomb would be blocked by a human body just long enough to leave a noticeable color difference as the blast bleached everything around the victim, leaving what are seen as permanent shadows of a person's final moment alive.
So this actually happened. This is no BS. It's actually highlighted in, I believe, the anime Barefoot Gen, but it also is highlighted in my press book, Japan at War and Oral History. It's insane the amount of energy and the amount of light that must have existed to burn shadows into the ground. That's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Video done.